Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Mukami, the environmentalist. I have been getting questions on how to start out as an expert. How do you start out as an environmental expert? How do I start out my environmental company? How do I start out as a consultant? Now that is the question I want us to talk about here. I want to answer that question, of course, from my journey as an environmental consultant, how I got into the market and how I have gotten to be an authority in my field. So that is the point that I'm going to give here is from what I have been through, my personal journey. So it could not necessarily have applied to everybody, and it might not also apply to your journey. So we are all different and things work out differently, but by me sharing my journey, probably you might get a point or two. So before we get started, I want you to subscribe to my channel. Just down there is the subscription button. Hit on that subscription button. That means you have become a fan of this channel, where we are going to grow together, where we are going to talk about different environmental things, about different spaces, and of course we shall grow together. Also hit on the bell notification icon. That means anytime I post a video, you'll be notified first. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit on that thumbs up, and also share with a friend, and also comment. Tell me down below, what challenges did you face as you began your journey? What do you think about starting out? How far are you in this journey? Down in the comment section, let's talk more. So point number one, if you want to become an environmental expert, an environmental consultant, get the certificates and the licenses required. I have talked about this before. We have talked about how to register as an associate environmental expert, how to create a portal on NEMA website. I took you through the whole process of registering and how to apply for your practices, for your practicing licenses, how to apply for membership with the Environmental Institute of Kenya. So these videos, I'll link them somewhere up here. You keep watching them or look for them in my channel. You see them, they take you through. And of course, more questions are always welcome. I'll help you if you don't understand. Now, in most cases, you have gotten your licenses. And remember, this is a license for you. It is an individual license for yourself as an associate expert. Now, there are people who want to start a company. I don't have a problem with you starting out as a company, but I would recommend at least the first year of starting out, start it as you, as an individual. Start it as you, because as you're starting, the very initial thing that you need to do is to gain experience, to gain credibility to your clients and such things. So don't be in a rush, don't be overwhelmed to register an environmental company. You will need it with time, but if you're just starting out, I would recommend you first do it, get into the field, get moving. Now after you've gained momentum, now register a company. Another thing, this company must not necessarily be a firm of expert. You can run it like any other company. It does not have to be registered by NEMA. You see what happens, a firm of expert is the company that you're registering with NEMA as an environmental consulting company. Those ones are firm of experts. You have different experts who have come together to work as consultants. Now that one can be registered by NEMA, but for you, if you're starting out, to be able to register that means you have to meet the requirements. You have to look for an expert who will come and sit with you and make an agreement so that you can be able to register that company together. So don't be in a hurry to register, to go the process. If you're starting out, just practice as an individual. Then once you have gotten your momentum, you have gotten several clients, now register a company. I hope you get. So like I said, get your certificates. The second point that I want to say is get yourself a job. What I mean by a job here, I mean get yourself involved in the process of consulting. You can either work for an expert or even a firm of experts. And this is where you get to a firm who are already practicing, who are active. Ask them if you could volunteer, if you could intern, if you could be employed. Work in that firm. Work in a government department. Work with NEMA if you have a chance. Intern with NEMA. Go for attachments with NEMA. Go for attachments with the county government, with different government entities or departments that deal with environmental monitoring and such. The reason being, you will be able to get more, you will be exposed to what the field is like. I'm saying this because the moment you get out, you realize what you got in school, whether you have an environmental degree, you have geospatial, you have geographical science, what you got in school is less than 10% of what you're going to apply outside here. It is a total new thing that you're going to do outside here. The environmental impact assessment that you do in school is not as practical as what you're supposed to do outside here. So get yourself involved in government projects, in NGOs that deal with these things. So that way you're exposed to what you're supposed to expect, or what you are to expect outside in the field. That way you're able to gain credibility, to gain experience. For me personally, when I finished school, I was lucky to be able to be attached at a NEMA office. So at NEMA, I interacted with environmental impact assessment files. I interacted with the environmental audit files. I interacted with the officers. I interacted with clients. I interacted with experts. So from there, I was able to see how the world looks from up here. I could be able to see outside what happens. Once the files come in, how does NEMA license? What do they look for? What are the requirements? How do you review a file? What issues are raised? How do you address these issues? So that way I was able to figure out the whole process. So when I went out now to practice, I had that big picture in me. I knew once you go to site, this is what you look for, this is what you do, this is how you write a report, this is what a good report is, this is what a good environmental management plan is, this is what you know what I'm saying. So get yourself a job. Don't get out of school and think you're going to practice directly. It could be possible, but I recommend you get a job. Hata kama ni 3 months, ingia kwa lead expert mwenye ana practice na ako active. Here, once in a while, mwambie kienda job, mnaenda na yeye, unamsaidia kufanya public participation, unamsaidia kuandika report, hivyo bado una learn. Like, jua 1-2 things before you start outside alone. Remember why I'm saying this is because a client is going to entrust you with his projects. You have to do an assessment and report to NEMA. Sometime, and especially now when we have new amendments and new things that are coming up, it is not necessary that NEMA is going to see, NEMA officers are going to site. So it is your responsibility to go to site, see the site, talk to the people, and do a report that is going to guide NEMA to license the site. Now, if you don't know what to look for, if you don't know what to ask for, you might miss a very important point that will be a big problem in future that might even affect your future career. So that is why I'm saying you need to have a good foundation. You need to have a good basis when you're doing or handling these projects. So get a job. Hata kama ni 3 months, hata kama ni 2 months. Fanya job kwa msee, whatever is maneno. So my other point is, if you're already in a job, or you finish school and you got yourself another job, whether it is an environmental job or you started out in another career. You see, when we finish school, sure, outside here maisha ni ngumu, it's not like what we thought in campus. So once you have finished, some of us got different jobs. Some of us even are in jobs that we don't want to remain in them forever. So before you get out, or before you jump out to start on consultancy, make a plan. Have a plan. Usitoke kwa job tu hivi alafu umekuja eti kupractice hapa nje. Maisha pia ni ngumu. So what you need to do is to have a plan. Start practicing part-time. Start practicing on weekends. When you have a client, you have a job, do it on weekend. Don't leave your job just don't get out or think about on Monday I'm not going to the job, or next month I'm not going to work for that company, I'm not going to work for that guy, I've quit. No, don't do that. Start out slowly, because you also need clients. You need to know somebody who can refer you. You need to have 1, 2, 3 clients on whom you're going to start out with. Clients who can refer you. Remember, this is a journey you're starting. It starts slow. Inaenda pole pole, usikue na haraka. Start out slowly. If you're in a job, don't leave your job. Start practicing part-time. Weekends, after job, when you're on leave, do that. Don't just get out. I also didn't leave my job before I was sure this is what I want to do. At least in the office, I got to interact with experts, I got to interact with clients, I got to interact with different people from different offices, different fields. So when I left, at least I had built a few clients and I had gotten few referrals. So I had some few jobs to keep me going. So don't just leave, have an exit plan. So develop your plan and make sure it's good, and then now you can exit. The last thing that I want you to do before you start out is read. My friends, read. You see, as a consultant, people are coming to you with problems. Once a client comes to me, is because they have a problem that they want me to help them solve. You get? So you must be knowledgeable enough to be able to know exactly how to be able to take this client from the status at which he is, then that is, he's in pain, he's disturbed, and take him to the other side where there is pressure, where he wants to meet his dreams, where he wants to meet his demands, where he wants to be. How are you going to do that if you're not, you don't know what applies where, what should be done when? So my friends, if you're starting out as an associate, my friend, read. Just make sure you know. Make sure you know. There are so many materials to be read, especially on the environment. For example, you've gotten into a company or you've gone to a client, you are doing something for them. You go around and you observe they have other issues that are waiting, but they are not yet a problem. So you need to know, you need to be knowledgeable, to be able to see this is a problem that is awaiting to happen, and if it happens, then you can be able to tell them this is a problem that is about to happen and this is how you solve them. So you need to know different things. For example, know the water quality regulations, go through it. What are the requirements? How does that process go about? Know about the waste management. How is waste managed? What happens? Get to know about air quality, air emissions. Get to know about licenses that different clients need, because that is what you're going to do. Clients are going to come to you so that you can help them to solve a problem they have. In their company, they need to use the plastic bag. How do you go about? How do you help them get clearances and get them exempted to use the bags? So you need to know, get to know different laws, different regulations, different offices that can help your clients, because the job or the work of a consultant is to provide solutions, and you only provide solutions when you have the knowledge. So my friend, kama unaanza kama associate, make sure unajua, soma, go to NEMA website. NEMA website has so many resources. Go through the NEMA website, read different regulations, read different laws, just make sure you know. Anyway, that is the essence of you being a consultant. You must be aware somebody is going to call you with a problem that needs immediate answer. How do you tell them? That is how you build confidence. You become confident that you are an expert, and you know that a client is going to ask a question, at least you know the answer. You also build trust with your clients. When they call you and they need something, you'll be able to answer. So read. Some say jua. Usigoje ile masomo tulipewa campus. That was just, I don't know. But work. Read. NEMA website should be your friend. Read. Download these things on the internet. They are free. Read. Those are just a few. Are they 5 points? But of course, there are more and more and more that we shall be talking about. So follow me on social media. Also, tell me your journey. Tell me other points that associates should follow up if they are starting out. Tell me down in the comment section what you have done or how you have started out. And of course, I'll see you in my next video.